can't hear you now.
Now you can't hear me?
Yeah. Turn your volume up. I can hear you, but you're very, very low. Welcome to the show this morning.
Yeah, and, you're low also.
There you go. Okay.
Every single day. You're low also.
Rumble has some problems that we have encountered every single day.
Well, nothing's perfect, right? It's not like you can write an application and expect it to perform exactly the same way every single time you run it when you change nothing.
Welcome. Hello. Good Monday morning. Who's in a good mood? JJ is.
I'm in a good mood. Like, the weather is beautiful, unless you're on the East Coast. But if you're, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I know it's I'm so sorry. It's I know that it's like super bad what's happening over there. Nobody wants that. However, where I live, the weather is great. And listen, sometimes it goes the other way. Sometimes a hurricane goes directly over my house.
That's true.
It ruins my city. So
that's true. And according to they're watching this other storm system that looks like it may take the exact same course as this next one. This
round two.
Yeah, Irene, I think it's Irene, maybe, or I don't know what they called it. But
did you see the Wikipedia article that Hurricane Helene? That's what this one was that totally wrecked the east coast of the United States.
The last Helene in like 1982 or whatnot.
It happened on the same day, and it killed a ton of people, and it was a total nightmare.
Let me tell you. There has been a couple. I've only seen a couple of conspiracy type theories that have come out about this. One of them was very interesting, and someone just said to Google this number. So what I'm going to do, if you've made me moderator,
do it live. Hold on, let me make you moderator because I don't know what you're talking about. But
yeah, you don't know what this is.
Let's go deep conspiracy Monday morning. Let's go.
We're going deep first thing. All right. Did you all right,
yeah.
Let me switch over. All right, there's my there's my logo that I have for my background. That's my official logo. So let's go down and type in US
monkey head
200300 8529A1. Okay.
Is there a 6? It's 6A1, isn't it?
6A1. You're right. 6A1.
Yeah, it's in the pre-search right
Okay,
there.
so this goes to Google Patents.
Okay.
Google Patents. We're going to bring this up. Google Patents. Hurricane or tornado control device. A method is disclosed for affecting in the formation and or direction of a low atmospheric weather system. Audio generators are positioned to project sound waves towards a peripheral area of a weather system. The sound waves are generated at a frequency to affect the formation of the weather system in a manner to disrupt, enhance, or direct the formation. The sound waves can also be projected in a manner to cause the system to produce rain. There is the Google patent for that number.
I mean,
Let me give you another one. Let me give you another one that just popped up.
All right.
Supposedly, I don't know if this is true or not. Supposedly, there is giant freaking lithium mines underneath North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina. Supposedly, there is a lithium mine. Lithium is underneath Asheville or wherever in North Carolina. I don't know. I haven't looked this one up yet, but that's what the rumor.
That would be super convenient for our dominance of the coming.
That would be super convenient for a hurricane, once in a century hurricane, to completely devastate entire towns.
Oh, right. Yeah.
In the hypothetical story that we're creating. So welcome to the show this morning.
Lithium. I mean, like the acquisition of lithium is one of the major hurdles for making all the batteries that we need for the electric cars. and also for, let's say, I don't know, robot super soldiers that run around doing stuff for us. It's not like you're gonna put a little nuclear reactor on its back. Like
Uh, Only 70 miles from Asheville is one of the biggest lithium deposits and factories we have, and they've been buying up land all over that area. Article attached, post on the progress thus far and all the land that they
does
have.
China own it? China owns all that kind of stuff. I really thought lithium, like there was only one place in the U.S. to get lithium. I thought it was in California.
Oh, I bet you there's more.
Wild.
And here's another one that came up, and this one I posted in our stories. So let me just a screenshot. So I'm just going to bring up this screenshot. I'm just going to read it to you.
All right.
It says, think Hurricane Helene doesn't affect you in Texas. Spruce Pine, North Carolina was the world's only source of the quartz required to make semiconductors. Spruce pine got decimated by the storm. There are no alternative sources known. Global semiconductor manufacturing could end within 6 months. The road that runs to the two mines that is the sole supplier of the quartz required to make the crucibles needed to refine silicone wafers. There is no alternative sources known. That's from an article.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna like, let's look at this idea. Okay. Conspiracy. Secret government super weapon is used to create a megastorm to destroy half the U.S. in order to take out a mine.
Not that, but to acquire maybe lithium deposit, a giant lithium deposit. This was like an ancillary thing, I think. I honestly think maybe this is or a way to kill two birds with one stone.
I think there's easier
in
ways
our hypothetical made up.
I think
but let me add another chess move.
Terrorist attack, or
let me add another chess move into our hypothetical story. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me add another chess move. Tomorrow, 7 of the 10 major ports in the United States, those port workers are going on strike. Port workers everywhere are going on strike tomorrow for negotiations, and 7 of the 10 major ports in the United States, they say, will shut down completely. So I recommend going and buying
toilet paper right now.
Some toilet paper, because a lot of stuff comes in on those ships, and this is an excuse to raise prices.
Can I pitch you guys an idea? Check this out. America, instead of importing Chinese garbage, what if we made stuff here and just sold it to ourselves?
What are you talking about? That's ludicrous. I was wondering if he was going to pop up behind me like in that commercial.
If we did that, would the port workers have any leverage? And then I'm not saying I'm against port workers. I don't care. You guys, whatever. You're gonna make all of our prices more expensive, but don't think that you're gonna come out of this feeling like the good guys. When people can't wipe their asses, they're gonna be like, those port workers. I'll tell you that right now. I think people are not gonna. Right now, they're sympathetic. Like they're sympathetic. Oh, you're not making enough money and things are hard. And yeah, we're with you. We're with you. What? I can't get toilet paper? Nah, I don't care about you guys that much. So I'm just saying
in our hypothetical little story here, this is a perfect little soup that we are cooking up. All we need to do is add one more ingredient, and it'll make the whole soup.
Yeah, let's just blow the thing up. Hey, all right. So, well, okay. So I'm sorry I started it off with the East Coast thing, and there's more disaster news.
That's major freaking news. Major. If you some of those videos that I was watching over the weekend it hurts your soul, man.
It doesn't
hurt your heart. It hurts your soul.
Carnage. I saw a video, and people were kind of like making fun of the guy because he was crying on the video, and to an extent, I'm like, okay, like don't post a video of you crying on the internet, but. There was this guy. I saw this video. Did you see this video? This farmer, his entire farm was wiped out. He cut the fences to let the horses out and the animals like this. They didn't get out. They have one horse. Everything else drowned, died in the flood. all the farm animals. And the guy, I mean, look, I mean, I get it. He's emotionally
Don't
right.
show the video.
Oh, I'm not going to show that. I don't want to show that, and I don't want to make fun of it because I'm like super sympathetic about it. However, I mean, it's devastating. What has happened is absolutely devastating. And you can definitely be like really critical of FEMA. Like, have you seen? Look, how many days has it been since the hurricane hit North Carolina and Florida and just completely wrecked? Where's Joe Biden?
Wait a minute.
Where is the president of the United States? He's vacationing.
They have recently. They asked him recently about this, but I have two clips that I'm going to show you.
Sure. Okay.
The first, the second clip, the one on the bottom, was taken yesterday. It was over the weekend. The other one was taken like Thursday. The first one you're going to hear here was this past week. The one on top.
I'm proud to announce a new $2.4 billion package of security assistance. We've given them all everything that we have. We're on the ground ahead of time, so we're working hard.
He said, we've given them everything that we have. We're on the ground. We're working hard.
Is there any more resources the federal government could be giving them?
Is there any more resources the federal government could be giving them?
No, we have pre-planned a significant amount of it.
No, we have pre-planned a significant amount.
They didn't ask for it yet.
They didn't ask for it yet. So 3 or 4 days ago, Biden announces that we're giving $2.4 billion to Ukraine. And then when this reporter asks if any more money is going for the hurricane relief stuff, this is his response. Whether it's the truth or not, this is the president of the United States' response that no, we're going to give $2.4 billion to Ukraine, but we've given all we can to, and we're doing all we can to the people down there. That's a nice soundbite, but if you still vote for this stuff on November the 5th, then there is an argument that's treasonous for me. Look at Dapper Dan down there.
Dapper Dan right there. Mr. Ministers, welcome back to the Internet Dad Show. You were out for a few days last week.
I can't hear him.
A little choppy. Yeah,
I'm unmuted now. It's catching up. We're good.
Welcome back. So, listen, I mean, on one hand, I mean, I definitely get the criticism of like we are sending billions upon billions, literally hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine. However, and consider this, we definitely have lots of guns and weapons and aircraft and missiles and stuff like that we can just send over there. Has the Biden administration stockpiled water and food supplies and tents and blankets? Well, no, that doesn't help. There's the blanket industrial complex is not big business. So we don't have weapons of stuff to just hand out in the East Coast. So,
hey, you may tell you this is completely off. This is completely off topic, and we can change the thing after this. But last night I went to pick up a prescription at Walmart, and I was noticing as I was standing there that the pharmacist in the back will do the prescription. She'll take it. She'll put it in a plastic bag, and then they'll take it and put it in the thing. And then he goes over and grabs the plastic bag. He rips the plastic bag open. He gives me the bottle and puts it in a paper bag. And as I was sitting there paying for it, I went, man, I want to be in the Walmart pharmacy plastic bag business. That's a lucrative business right there, dude, because you are literally putting it in the bag and then ripping it open and throwing it away. That's all they're doing.
It's good. Make our own business. That's good. Create your own. Create the only need the need for your industry. Okay. Well, I mean, I want to get to this important First Amendment story. However, since we're already on regional disasters, let's cover the Georgia thing. Have you seen? And I know you have. Have you seen what is going on in Georgia? More than 90,000 residents of Rockdale County, Georgia, have been ordered to shelter in place after a fire at a biolab sent harmful smoke into the air, and it was a massive fire, massive amounts of smoke. Here is let's see, this is 11 Alive news. Let's look at this. Chemical fire put much of the city of Conyers under an evacuation zone. A chemical fire broke out at the facility operated by a company called BioLab northwest of the city. So it's not a BioLab company. The company's name is BioLab. Northwest of Conyers, 20 miles east of Atlanta. Everything between Sigmund Road and Interstate 20 in the city is an evacuation zone. County officials said that around 5 a.m., a sprinkler head malfunctioned, causing a mixture with a water-reactive chemical, which in turn started a fire on the building's roof. That fire had since been contained and put out. And Rockdale County officials said that this is the third incident at the facility in 7 years involving products mixing with water. This is not the first time this happened. They know that they have water combustible things, and they put them under a fire sprinkler.
Yeah, it looks like they would have something else in there, foam or some other sort of extinguishable material.
Wow.
What else can you put in a sprinkler system, though? I don't think you can put foam in.
I mean, it might not have to be a sprinkler system. You might have to install a whole new CO2 system with a ventilation system or something like that. Yeah, but there's ways to smother a fire without water.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just thinking foam in a sprinkler system.
Well, they have a different kind of system. It's not like the standard water system that you have at your school or whatever. You know, it's a different type of suppression system, different heads, but it's still charged with chemicals. All right. So this fire was massive, and I mean, you can see it in the background there that it was billowing out black smoke. It was pretty nasty.
It looks green.
Okay. You should get your eyes checked.
Probably. Colorblind.
All right. Let's see. I think that's all the natural disaster stuff that we have. I really pray that the people that are displaced, there's so many people that are displaced by the hurricane, and there's another one. He's talking about another hurricane coming through.
Yep.
And normally you would think that you could like turn to FEMA and get like supplies and help and assistance or whatever. And I mean, let's be honest. They can't. FEMA can't even go into the area and deploy until conditions are safe enough that you can like transit. Like when it's still like, you know, feet of water and debris everywhere. You can't get in there to get supplies to people. So I mean, it is a challenging situation.
Right now, they're probably still out there with the chainsaw crews and stuff.
Right.
You know, there's and just trying to, and then you're going to have to get your electrical workers and your line workers and stuff out there to clear that stuff off of the roadway. Make sure that is okay to clear.
If the roadway is still there.
If the roadway's still there.
A lot of the roads are gone.
And what people don't realize too about this power outage is a lot of those major electrical lines and stuff like that go through the mountains and the forest and unpopulated areas, and they have to get their crews to those areas to fix that stuff. And it's not going to be a quick fix for some of these people.
No.
I have a former coworker that lives in North Carolina, and she said that they are on their generator right now, but they didn't get hit that bad.
That's good until they run out of, you know, like
until they run out of fuel.
Yeah. Then you still, no matter what, we are so connected. We have such supply chain issues.
You get to the point to where you turn on that generator to charge your phones, to cook, to take a shower, all real quick or whatnot, and then turn it off.
Yeah. You can't leave it running.
You can't leave it running. We had to, when the ice storm hit us here in 09, was it 09? I think, our radio station that I worked at, we had our generator back there in the back because we were one of the only radio stations that still were on the air in the area. And so we were round the clock sleeping, and I stayed at that radio station for like 4 or 5 days in a row. And we had the generator going the whole time, and there was always somebody every 2 hours. We had to go put oil in it. We had to have people bring in their oil from their house and stuff because we didn't have a way to go get, and we needed the oil for this old generator. So
it is events like these that create the kind of sense of urgency of like, you need to stockpile some food, you need to have some emergency supplies. And even if that were the case in this situation, many of these people's entire houses and everything was destroyed. So there's some things that you can't do anything about. But like the people that planned in advance, you know, they might have a little bit of an advantage or whatever, but not much. This is real bad. Okay. Speaking of real bad, Senator Frankenstein had a message for us, so let's get into that. John Kerry says the First Amendment is
I didn't know he was talking about.
Is a major block. Wait, was it Lurch? Maybe it's not Frankenstein. Maybe it's Lurch from the Addams Family. First Amendment is a major block to censoring disinformation.
You right.
To me, that is part of what this election is about. Will we break the fever in the United States? The fever of wanting to say whatever you want.
What kind of fever? Boogie woogie. The boogie woogie flu?
The only thing I know that helps the fever is more cowbell.
More cowbell.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we need a cowbell effect. At the World Economic Forum Sustainable Development Impact meetings in New York City, John Kerry, the Biden-Harris former climate czar and former Secretary of State, claimed that the First Amendment is not so much about protecting the free speech, but about putting disinformation out of existence.
Well, that's your opinion, Jaws. We have a differing opinion.
If people only go to one source and the source they go to is sick and has an agenda, and they're putting out disinformation, our First Amendment stands as a major block to the ability to just hammer it out of existence.
When you spend 12 years of the fundamental portions of your life learning absolute garbage and learning nothing in school, then when you become adults in your 30s and 40s, you are not educated like some people, and you only get your source of information from one or two sources. It's so easy to brainwash you people that all you cared about was basketball and how popular you were in school. You don't realize how easy it is to brainwash you people. You may be prettier than me, but I know how to manipulate you. That is what they're doing.
I'd like to remind everybody to like and subscribe. To rumble.com/internetdads. You useless sheep.
Do Good
All right,
says to something we said earlier. Do Good says if you produce things in the U.S., prices would probably skyrocket. Dude, they're already going up over here.
No, don't worry. It's bad. So, okay. Like, we talk about stuff every single day, and we try to do a good job of getting news from a bunch of different sources, though you could totally attack us for being like, oh, you only get it from these people over here. Well, that's because those people over there definitely lie. And we try to spread things out. And do we say things on the show that are wrong sometimes? Yeah. But you know what? We're not trying to, and we try to correct ourselves when we're mistaken. But
go back and watch me from the very first couple of episodes to me now.
Well, look, you were real mad because I was getting you up super early to do this show. Well, you were already up, but you were trying to do a different job instead of this. Yeah. Kerry claimed that the dislike and anguish over social media is just growing and growing and growing. And that is a problem in democratic countries because it is hard building consensus around any issue and to govern.
It's hard to brainwash. It's hard to tell people what to do when there's other people giving differing opinions on what you should do. Isn't it? That's so hard.
It's so hard.
Man, it sucks.
Why don't you guys if you just do what I say, then we wouldn't have any of these problems, would we? The former Secretary of State spoke of a pre-social media age where the media referees, where there were media referees who used to determine what's a fact.
Good God. I would like to remind these assholes, once again, this is history class, U.S. history, okay? I would just like to remind you assholes once again that the whole formation of this country that we lived in now was because a bunch of assholes didn't want to do what some other asshole was telling them to do.
Let's try to bring that right in the language in just a little bit.
I'm sorry. There was a guy in England that was saying, do this. And all these guys were like, no, we're not going to do this. We're going to go over here and do this. And then
Give me money.
He even came over and was like, you can't go over here. You're still going to listen to me. And we're like, nuh-uh. This whole country was founded on a bunch of guys and women and patriots saying, we're not going to do what you tell me to do.
No, I won't do what you tell me.
Come on.
Yeah, and now it's, please tell me what to do.
Now it's, please listen to us.
Hold on. I know you couldn't understand. Let me take this mask off and this face shield and these goggles and get my gloves off now.
Lord, this is third grade history.
All right. This is the last guy on earth that you should listen to telling you what the First Amendment is for.
Good Lord.
I'll tell you what it's for. It's for you to say whatever you want, and it doesn't even have to be true.
It's for you to say, shut up, John.
Yeah.
Go answer the door.
Because if this guy could get you to, if this guy could get you to just live in a pod and shut up and do your job and never talk, he would be totally happy with that.
And pay for breathing.
And make it really easy to govern. Make it really. Okay. You guys are making it so hard to govern. All right, let's go.
I want your first story that you put in, because I saw this story and I was like, oh, this one's a good one, and then you put it in. About Kamala and her jewelry.
All right. I could not find source video, so I'm going to run this with the prefix of I could not
find a video.
Not the one that's not been edited. This has been edited.
Okay.
It's clearly been edited.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's even got a community note now. So it didn't have a community note before. I don't want to play this. It's been deep.
What does the community note say? Most of those are stupid.
She was adjusting the receiver for her ear-in-ear monitor.
No. Then you didn't see the video I saw, because she's sitting there and it's not a filmed thing. The cameras are running the whole time, and then they say action. And then after the whole thing is done, you take that whole video back and then you cut the first part off of it to where you say action, 3, 2, 1. And then that's where it starts. So all that other crap that you don't see is still on video. And this was a video of that extra stuff. Kamala was sitting there before the interview started. The cameras were rolling, and she was telling the other person about a recipe. She was trying to get this recipe. And while she was giving the recipe, her person in her ear started talking to her. And she's like, oh, wait, hello. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What they're saying is it's the exact same pair of earrings that she had on.
Right.
Could she have had an earpiece at that interview? More than likely, she did have an earpiece at that interview.
Yeah. Okay.
But what they're trying to say is that those are the same earrings, the earrings that conduct for. As I was walking out of Walmart last night, I saw one of my buddies. He was like, hey, what's up? He works there, and he's got those same earphones that I have that don't go in your ear. They lay on top of this little flap here. And I said, do you like those? And he said, I love them, man. I love them. I was like, the only problem is if I roll down the window on the way home, I have to actually stick it in my ear to hear my audiobook going, because the wind.
So
it's possible. That's all that they were saying with these earrings.
Right. They were propping this up as evidence of the Kamala Harris Bluetooth during the debate.
Do you believe that she had someone in her ear during the debate?
No, and I'll give you a good reason why.
Okay, give me a good reason why, because I'd like to hear it.
I think she's too stupid to chew bubblegum and talk at the same time. And I think she's too dumb to talk and listen to someone at the same time.
I think that is overwhelming proof that she did have someone in her ear, because she's too stupid to make a sentence.
She's on camera right in this clip. I'll play the clip. She's on camera in the clip and talking, and then someone starts talking, and she has to do this. What? Hello? Oh
Because
yeah,
it's
blah, blah,
coming
blah.
out of, yes, that's what
Yeah.
I'm
So
serious.
I'm
If it
saying
comes out of this
during the
ear, you turn this way. I've done it a billion times.
yes, right. But what I'm saying is that if that were the case, and on the debate stage, someone had been talking in her ear, like I don't think that she has the uh composure, the ability to listen to that and not
I
give it
don't
away.
think you understand how they're doing it then. She's
All
not
right.
they're not saying like a Cyrano de Bergerac word for word shit. She has already been briefed on oh, am I cussing too much?
Sure. Yeah.
She's already been briefed on this stuff,
All right.
and she knows the bullet points.
Let's
And
be
they say,
fair, and
boom,
we'll let everybody
boom.
decide for themselves. Now, I'm
That's
going on record as saying I
think
don't
she
think this
did.
is evidence, but it's pretty funny that people think it is evidence. So let's go.
And I will just state, as someone that's been in the communication radio business for 30 years, I know she did.
I mean, she definitely has an earpiece in this thing. Okay. I'm just saying at the debate.
Could even do a little slice of orange, something like that. Oh, yes, hi. Yes, I'm here. Okay, now I'm going to talk about a recipe while you're checking. Is that okay? She'll tell me if I'm annoying her. Hey, how you doing? Hi. Okay, so Nick, if you're doing, okay, Nick, but a dry brine is easier, and do it brine for 24 or 48 hours is best if you give the time.
All right, I think that's enough. So the way she telegraphed so much when she got information, and she like didn't just turn her head a little bit or look to the side. She like turned her whole body. So I just think, I mean, that's clearly what's happening here. She has a monitor here. I also don't think those are the same earrings, to be honest, but that's just my opinion. But it seems to me like if she does this here on camera, knowing that there is an earpiece in receiver and is expecting some information to come through that, then how would she be able to? I just don't believe that she has the composure to do that on in super stressful debate stage against the guy who's absolutely probably going to call her.
That would be very easy to teach someone to do that and practice to do that because I'm not giving you a complete sentence. If you're sitting there talking and somebody's sitting here arguing with you, I'm going to say like, bring up Benghazi, bring up this. And she already knows the talking points on that stuff. And if I say something, it's like a catcher and a pitcher. Yeah. If I say something, bring up this. And she doesn't, well, that's the catcher. I'm going to curveball. And the pitcher's like, I don't want a curveball. Yeah. No. Or slider. I don't want a slider. No.
Well, I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying I just don't.
And if I was a company that made earrings, that did stuff like that, I sure as to crap would have more than one style. I mean, that's just. I would. If they don't, then they really need to maybe think about having different styles. I think you could probably make a little more money.
Also, honestly, here's another a clearer image of the of her. A little bit clearer image, and I know it's hard to see. These earrings are not pearls; they are squared off. They're more like gemstones or diamonds or something like that. So these are different earrings than the ones she wore in the debate. So
I'd like to actually see what kind of recipe she's talking about there. But
yeah, the Nova H1 earrings are actually made by a German brand. Dang, do good. You guys can do just literally everything you can to ruin the Earth. Like. Going back centuries, we just talked about it a couple.
Have you seen? There's
years ago there was the first war.
Leave Do Good alone. Have you seen the? You haven't, because I've seen them on TikTok. They're coming up. People that sell crap on TikTok are selling them, and they're not very much. And I'm really thinking about ordering some. They're little earbuds, just like you have. They look just like the ones you have, white, black, whatever color.
Yeah.
And they work as earbuds, Bluetooth earbuds, but they are AI translators. And if you're standing next to a bunch of people speaking Spanish, it will translate it in real time in your ear. It does over like 72 languages or something like that.
I guarantee they're garbage.
I've seen I watched I've watched a ton of people that have reviewed them.
Oh, really?
And they're like, hey, these are
your
great.
phone-
Some people are critical. Some people are like,
I think you have like the S23 or S24, something like that, like the new phone.
Yeah, my phone will do that.
One of the features of the phone is live translation. And I turned it on once when I was speaking to somebody in Spanish and I didn't have all the words. And I was like, oh my God, this thing is so terrible. I turned it off. I was like, this.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta think of this stuff though. Like I said, AI. I mean, it's in its infant stages and whatnot. So, but it doesn't grow as slow as humans do. It grows exponentially faster.
Yeah. All right. I got a news story here.
Dave's not here because his computer decided it was a time to update and reboot right now today.
Oh, of course.
9 minutes remaining. What is what he just said.
Well, luckily, that wasn't an important time of your day.
Dave will be back to tell a joke.
A couple of weeks ago, we got some time left. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about there was kind of a movement in certain places because they went and defunded all their police and basically they hate cops, so they're having trouble hiring police officers in certain places. And on the West Coast, especially, like they're considering hiring non-citizens as police officers. Remember
they already have
this story. Oh, yep. They already have.
They already have.
Minneapolis swears in the first non-U.S. citizen as a police officer.
That's not them. I thought it was a woman.
No, it is a woman. We're going to get So, the Minneapolis Police Department has reportedly has reported that Leslie Vieira, a native of Somalia, has sworn in on Thursday as the department's first non-citizen officer. Vera was seen at the swearing-in ceremony wearing a hijab over her head, and she took the oath of office and received her badge.
Okay, I have a couple of questions before we get into how the media is spinning this story. First of all, from what I understand, she's lived in America since she was a kid, right?
Okay, yeah.
Is she an American citizen that went through the process, and now they're saying the first non-citizen police because she was she's the first one that wasn't born in America, which I have a hard time believing that. But I want to know what this is. She an American citizen that is on the Minneapolis Police Department, or is she a non? You see what I'm saying? I'm getting myself
right. Okay, so here. The statuses of people are obviously citizen. Mm-hmm. And then you have a resident, which is a legally approved foreign person that's allowed to be here. They're a legal resident. Right. And then you have basically like people that are here, but they're not supposed to be here. Right. And then you have farther down the chain.
I would are in the residents are
legal permanent resident
in that category. Is that the people that are here that are awaiting to get approved to be an American citizen?
These will be
test or whatnot.
It'll be people like that, and maybe people that have like maybe like a long-term visa, something like that. But there is a status of legal permanent resident. That is, they're not a citizen, but they are definitely allowed to live here.
They're allowed to be here by the and that's fine. That's completely fine. Yeah. That's what I'm wanting to know, because you know how the media spins stuff and they like to use words and say stuff to get you to read 4 or 5 freaking paragraphs down. The first 2 paragraphs are always junk. And this is what I'm wondering, because they're saying Minneapolis First Department non-citizen. Well, what does that mean?
Leslie Vieira's current status is a permanent resident, not a citizen. Not a citizen, permanent resident, which means, you know what, like, I don't know if she's going to be out in the field or whatever. They are setting a precedent here. And that is that it could very well be that somebody knocking on your door or pulling you over or participating in a raid or whoever, some sort of an active use of force scenario by a law enforcement
here to talk about this.
Yeah, really. Dave. You know, we just had Saturday and Sunday. You could have restarted your computer on either of those days.
Don't say that, or we'll be plagued with problems.
Right. So it's in a scenario where a law officer has a use of force scenario against a citizen. detaining a citizen, arresting them, whatever. And okay, they're wrong, but you're going to have the situation where a non-citizen has more power and authority than a citizen. It's crazy. I think it's crazy. I think that, legal permanent resident, that's super great, but there's no way we should be giving authority and use of force over citizens to people who are not citizens. I think that's crazy. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
I agree.
I would love to hear Dave's opinion about this.
And
look, she may be a perfectly nice person and wonderful and law abiding and loves America, and all those things may be true. But from a philosophical point of view, we are ceding authority and power from citizens to non-citizens.
Yep.
There's only one way that goes.
Yeah, there's only one way.
A government with authority and power over citizens, and the citizens don't have.
And now that this has been brought out of the open and, broken precedents and whatnot, how many other illegals that are here this has broken the seal. This is I've had 4 beers and I haven't went to the bathroom yet. And I don't want to go to the bathroom because as soon as I go, I'm going to have to go 1,000,000 times. This has broke the seal.
And that says nothing about her being Somalian in Minnesota or Minneapolis or whatever.
Don't care about that. Don't care about that. It's like you said, it's the philosophical point that you're trying to make.
A German used to be a chief of police in Hawkins, Texas.
Well, I don't know what TV show you're watching.
Is this
pretty good? I'm just kidding.
Walker, is this on Walker, Texas?
They make some weird. Is that Walker German Ranger? I didn't know.
It's kind of a different situation if you have a person that has dual nationality, that is 2 citizenships, which, by the way, I'm also against. I don't think any American should have citizenship in any other country, and vice versa. We definitely shouldn't have these people be our lawmakers that have 2 citizenships.
Manfred Gillow, Gilow. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Was the chief of police in Hawkins, Texas, and the subject of a reality show called The Germinator in Duschkar Cop in Texas. They had a TV show about this, and they had a TV show about this in Germany. Dude, I want to see that. The Germinator, a German cop in Texas. Dude, I want to watch that show. Where can I watch The Germinator? Where can I watch?
And I can't speak for that show, but if you've not ever seen the show where Steven Seagal is a sheriff, you should totally watch that one.
Oh my God, that is so good. Plex, okay, Plex, maybe. I may be able to find it. I'll be able to find it.
I did not see Leslie Vera.
That looks awesome. I'm not even making fun. That really does look good.
All right. I got a local story here. There's not many issues around which Democrats and Republicans typically join hands. But this one was kind of interesting to me. Leaders of the Harris County Republican and Democratic parties do not agree on who should be the next president, U.S. senator, county attorney, or even the county tax assessor in Harris County. However, they have found common ground for this November election on one issue. Both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are in opposition to Houston ISD, Harris County ISD, Houston ISD, proposed $4.4 billion school bond. This is a huge amount of money. Both Harris County and Republican and Democratic Party executive committees have unanimously voted in favor of resolutions opposing the largest school bond in state history, which is facing more public pushback than HISD's previous bonds due to largely community opposition to the state takeover and state-appointed Superintendent Mike Miles. Harris County Democratic Party county executive adopted a resolution against the bond during a Sunday meeting where it said that the harmful impacts on HISD school children, ethical, governance, and financial risks, and the lack of transparency and accountability to taxpayers associated with Mike Miles' leadership in the district. So both Republicans on the other end are like, yeah, we don't want huge bonds because we don't trust you at all to execute them, responsibly. But this is a $4.4 billion bond, which is borrowing money and expecting taxpayers to pay it back later. And it's huge. Most school districts have to borrow money to buy school buses and buildings and maintain stuff, things like this. How large are the bonds in your area? Do you know?
No. I honestly, that's one of those pieces of information that if I found out, I'd probably be a little pissed off.
There are a lot of people in Houston. Houston is the fourth. I think it's the fourth largest city in the United States. Like it's New York, LA, Chicago, Houston. So there's a lot of people here, but this is also a tremendous amount of money. And hey,
update complete.
What the heck?
Dave, if you haven't already, here's a little secret for you. Hit Alt and F4.
No, don't hit that right now.
All right. The Republican Party has different reasons for the Republican Party Executive Committee adopted a different resolution against the bond during their meeting, citing economic difficulties caused by poor leadership of President Biden and poor management of previous bonds. Basically, you guys haven't shown a history of being responsible. We don't want to approve this bond now. So in a couple months, I'm going to vote no against the Houston bond. A $4.4 billion is a lot of money. Okay.
I got one real quick one here for you. And then we can do something. I've got another fun story.
Okay.
So I don't know where they are. Are they in Florida? Have you heard about this? Yeah, she's a representative, Republican from Florida, Representative Anna Paulina Luna. Have you ever heard of Anna Paulina Luna? Well, you probably will today because she's going to be all over the news because the Department of Justice has charged her primary opponent, William Braddock, with threatening to kill her. He threatened to send a Russian-Ukrainian hit squad to kill her. It was heard by several people. The indictment unsealed in the middle of the District of Florida on Thursday and describes the targeted individuals. Okay, let's see. Where does it talk about? Prosecutors say Braddock allegedly made several threats to injure and kill his primary opponent during a phone call with the second victim, specifically stating that he would call up my Russian-Ukrainian hit squad to make the rival candidate disappear. The Department of Justice said Braddock left the United States after making the alleged threats and was later found to be residing in the Philippines. Not shady.
He fled to the Philippines. He fled to the Philippines and has been.
The chair would like to recognize Dave.
Yes, sir.
Question. What is a Russian-Ukrainian hit squad? Aren't they
That
like
is
opposing teams?
He's got it's and or. So it's Russian and or Ukrainian.
None of
They're
them are
not working
slash.
together. Well, okay, but when people talk, they don't have slashes. So,
But I guess
Also,
it's a hit squad.
uh,
They're going to have slashes.
Ooh, nice.
hold on, just hang on.
JJ was not
A
ready.
new setup here. It's not deserved. So I honestly don't know if I believe him, but because I would be if somebody said, "Oh, I know a Russian and Ukrainian hit squad," I'd be like, "Okay, you've been watching too much TV." Probably.
I know Jack Bauer.
I lived in St. Pete for like 5 years. I want to know if I ever ran into these two people.
Probably did.
You might
You know how many
have.
murderers you probably have encountered in your life?
Well, considering that I've been in and out of jail more than anybody you probably know,
Right, yeah.
a few.
Dave's led a hard life for those of you just tuning in.
It's a hard not
Been in and out of jail.
Poor Dave.
Okay.
So that when they arrested Braddock, they cited a real and plausible threat, though. So and it's probably that he would really try to kill her, not that he knew.
Or that he does have weapons or something to that effect.
I mean, who doesn't have weapons?
All right. I've got another story. This is my last story of the day.
All right.
We're all 90s kids. We grew up in the
Yeah.
90s. We
I'm
love
an
the
80s
90s.
kid, so-
Everything about the 90s. We all
Yeah.
grew up and loved the 90s,
Yeah.
right?
When the world was
And
sane.
and Dave, you were called to be a minister you know a lot more about religion than probably and religious philosophy and whatnot than JJ and I combined. All right. So I want to know your professional opinion about this that I had this morning, this epiphany that I had when I read this article. So as 90s kids, you will appreciate this. Kurt Cobain's daughter, Frances Bean, and Tony Hawk's son, Riley, recently had a baby boy together. I didn't even know they were dating.
Awesome. Yeah. I didn't know that.
So Frances Bean Cobain and
Didn't
Riley Hawk,
they get married earlier this summer?
maybe. I don't know. Yeah, they're officially parents. So does that mean the 90s prophet? Is this baby a prophet for us kids in the 90s? Kurt Cobain's daughter and Tony Hawk's son have a baby together. That child needs to usher in the 90s again, won't he?
Oh,
There is hope. We were at the mall about a month ago.
that makes him like the grandchild of the 90s.
They had these pictures of individuals outside one of the shops. They were wearing baggy jeans.
Yeah.
And baggy shirts. I'm like, oh, Julie.
It all comes back around.
It's coming back. Yep. Beetlejuice is tops in the theater right now. Or Beetlejuice is. Crap, I just said it 3 times. It's tops in the theater right now. So in the 90s.
The couple's baby boy is named Ronan Walker Cobain Hawk. And he was born the 17th.
Ronan Walker Cobain Hawk. Did they just try to make the coolest sounding name they could?
I know, that's awesome.
Esquire. You should have ended it with Esquire.
Or a Conan, or a Ronan is what I like. Ronan. Oh, a cute little. Oh, that's cool.
Ronan Walker Cobain.
Oh, they got married last October. October 7th, they got married.
Oh, okay. Congratulations to
I thought I remember them getting
new
married.
parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we are going to end the show with hilarious jokes. I'm sure you guys are ready for this. I already forgot my joke. Hang on. Oh, yeah. No, I remember. I want you all to keep in mind as you go throughout the day. Like, because even you can come up with something like this. The shovel was an earth-breaking invention. Groundbreaking. Hold on.
It wasn't that funny.
I don't know what my groans are.
Wrong word. Wrong verbiage.
Which one my groans? I use it
You
wrong.
want to try again, JJ? You want to do another one?
Really bad.
I'll act surprised. Do the same thing.
Yeah,
over.
I'll laugh. I'll laugh this time.
No, I'm gonna just do it. You know what? Dude, this is embarrassing.
All right, I got you one, Dave. I've been
right.
saving this for
I
when
got
you
one.
got back.
Sorry.
Because you are a man of many talents, and one of the things that you are is you're a magician. All right. So what do you call a magician who's lost his magic?
I don't know what.
Ian.
Ian.
JJ always gets them, but it's like a boomerang. It goes around. It doesn't go over his head. It goes past his head and then comes around, smacks him in the side.
So I have debated for a little while. I have a dancing cane over here that was supposedly owned by Jerry. I can't remember his name now. Crap, I just blanked on it. Anyway, I was setting up the story. He has this giant magician school out in Las Vegas. People will come out and spend thousands of dollars and learn from him for several months.
Yeah.
And just a beautiful man, fun, great storyteller, kabuki mask, all the stuff. Anyway, well, I did go to a magician school recently to learn a bunch of stuff. However, I failed the final exam.
No.
Yeah, they were all trick questions.
Oh.
That was a long way to go.
Listen, I want to try. You guys see my books right here? They're kind of in an angle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier, a book fell on my head, but I only have my shelf to blame.
Are we telling another one? I got another one. I've never understood why people dislike vegans so much. I mean, I've never had any beef with them.
Come on.
Oh man, I don't have another one ready yet.
Mm.
Oh my word, I don't even have my jokes up because I wasn't planning on. I didn't even know I was going to be here today.
I had a joke you
I've
missed
got one.
earlier. It was this. Today's Monday, and you could have restarted your computer anytime over the weekend.
I have not
that's
been
something.
around. I have been so stinking busy the last several days. So I talked to a buddy of mine, and he just got a new job at the zoo. He's doing elephant circumcisions.
Oh,
He said the pay is horrible, but the tips are huge.
can I tell one more bad one? Because I didn't know if I was going to get to tell this one on the show or not.
All right.
All right. Okay, this is the worst one. So if you get easily offended, please go away.
All right.
What do you call a javelin thrower with Parkinson's disease?
I don't know. What do you?
Shakespeare.
All right. Thanks for hanging. We'll be back tomorrow. Rumble.com/internetdads. I'm sorry.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Essay for a comment, he said no. Watch now, the Internet Dad Show. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Inspire with us tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
Live. We are still live. It still says we are live.